here is a sample of the sheet. They come in all different colors. You can go to icingimages.com. If you do not have a printer with ink, with edible ink, food color ink, obviously they sell them there. But if you don't have one and you don't want the expense of buying one, you just need, for one project or 2 projects or once a year or something, they will print these for you. They have a catalog. It's free. You download it. It's iDesigns catalog is what they are. And you download it, and there's 100 different designs on there, and you're bound to find whatever you want, whatever you need. And they will print it for you, and then they'll mail it to you. And so you can just order 1 sheet, 3 sheets, whatever designs you want. Okay. And that way you don't have to buy a printer or anything like that. Notice one side is very shiny and one side is dull. Okay, I don't know if you can tell, this is dull. This is the sugar side, and then this is really shiny. This is an acetate, piece of acetate paper. That's what they print the sugar onto. And it's food color. And you can see I have 2 different designs here. I actually have one that's a rainbow and one that is pretty, I don't know, blue something or other. See how one side's dull and one side's shiny? Okay. Once you have, looks like I got a drop of water. If you get a water on this, it will dissolve the sugar. So be careful not to get it wet because you can see it dissolve. Water dissolve sugar. So, okay. So this is sponged up. I'm going to go ahead and microwave it. Okay, and this is just like, lukewarm right now. It's not really hot. Didn't dissolve all the gelatin yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it again. I want all the gelatin to dissolve. And I want it really hot. I mean super hot. So we're going to microwave it one more time for another like 8 to 10 seconds. Now this is going to depend on your microwave. Some microwaves have a higher wattage than others. And I tell you, I don't know what wattage mine is, so I can't tell you what it is so you can compare it. So you're just going to have to try it. Okay. So almost all my gelatin's dissolved. I'm going to just remove these last few pieces. You don't want anything that's undissolved in here. It's no big deal. It's not going to hurt the recipe. I need to have a couple undissolved pieces. Just take them out though, because you don't want them in your piece. I'm going to pour it onto and put my sheet on right away, because at this point I want it as hot as I can when it hits that sugar sheet. Okay. I've got a sheet here. There's 2 different ways to do this. One way, normally when they do it, they pour their isomalt and then lay the sugar sheet on top of it. Well, the problem with gelatin is that gelatin needs to dry. When you use these sheets with isomalt, it just needs to cool. It doesn't need to, it just cools off. And it's not going to, there's nothing in it that's going to, spoil. Well, with the gelatin, if it doesn't dry, it molds. And it'll mold like overnight. So it gets moldy really fast. So you can't leave a gelatin, pour it onto a plastic or Silpat or whatever, and then have a plastic acetate sheet on top. It's just going to mold. It's not going to dry. So for my gelatin, I actually put the sheet down. The plastic side is down on my mat, okay? And then the gelatin is going to be poured on top of it. So I'm going to lay it down here. Okay, here it is. And I'm going to heat this up one more time because it's cooled off. And then I'm going to quickly pour it on top. Now when I pour it on top, I want to spread it out fairly evenly. So I've got my spatula ready to spread it. Okay? You can see it's getting pretty clear too. Okay, so I gave that 10 seconds in the microwave and it's, ouch, put your finger on it, ouch, it's hot. Pour it on and smooth to a thin layer. Try not to disturb the sugar below because you'll dissolve it if you touch it. See, I touched it with my spatula and I dissolved it. So be really careful. So I ruined that little piece right there. So be really careful when you smooth it. Don't touch the sugar sheet. Okay. Once it dries, it lifts off like this. Okay. And look, this is the acetate backing that was on the sugar sheet. So this is just gelatin right here. You can see I goofed there too. I'm not very good at it yet. But this is just this is all gelatin. It's all gelatin with the sugar sheet embedded on it. So now I can make something out of this. It's all gelatin. Okay, the acetate's gone.